Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just going to go pick my size. And then after that, I'm going to choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back. So I'm just going to get it as it is. I'm going to click add to cart, view cart. And this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout. You fill in all your information. And then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another crisis meeting. Liverpool have been in such deep shit that I've not just only done emergency panels, I've also done crisis meetings. Yay, 1 win in 6 games. Liverpool Football Club. Let's go. We're on this. Let's go. Big up to all of you guys. Big up to you, Jerry, as well. Big up, Jerry. Appreciate you hopping on. Big up to you.
Does anyone else miss Husam's old intros? Does anyone else miss that? Does anyone else feel like it's like a little bit of a robbery for us to just no longer have the whole introduction?
Joining us first and foremost, you guys, the voice of reason. When he speaks, we listen. You get me? Liverpool through and through. Man like Fozzy. How are you doing, Fozzy, mate?
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good. Thank you very much for getting me on.
Big up, Fozzy. Debutant on the channel. You guys have seen us together on the Liverpool crisis meeting. It's been a long time coming. Make sure, guys, check out Famzone TV. The link is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Man like Dean is in the building. How are you doing, Dean?
Big up, big up. All good, all good. Happy to be here. Been a long time, but we're here now.
Big up to you, Dean. Joining us next, the man who have been telling his audience to respectfully suck his dick. This is the man that's joining us next. The man that calls cookies biscuits. The man that has been telling people to fuck off in his live comment section. How you doing, Mike?
Listen. You know what? I'm not going to make excuses. We talk how we talk in DOS land over there, and we will match the energy of this stream. But it's not an insult, okay? It's not an insult. It's a regular turn of phrase here in America. But I understand that there's 3,000 miles of ocean where that gets lost in translation. So big up, big up.
Yes, because having oral sex needs to be lost in translation. Anyway, joining us next is a man that enjoys cheese with his biscuits, and not the American type, the British type, which makes this 100 times worse. And he had the audacity to compare it to cheesecake before we went live. End the stream, Dave, immediately. How you doing, Rax?
I mean, the base of a cheesecake is digestives. I rest my case, Your Honor. Where's Mo? Where's Mo with his gavel? Mo needs to judge on this because I'm sorry.
Mo isn't a good judge on food.
No. But he just has to be neutral. If he's neutral, then I win this case. Anyway, second question. Mike said respectfully suck his, you know what? How would someone go about doing that disrespectfully? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. See? That's what I'm saying. Anyway. That's the same exact question I asked him. Like, how can you respectfully do that? It's impossible.
It gets lost. It gets lost in translation. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Lost in translation. The infamous. And last but not least, massive celebrity, former Champions League winner, center back at the back, trying to press me every week, but I evade the press, just like prime Sergio Busquets. How you doing, JJ?
I'm good. You'll probably hear echo. I'm gonna have to get other AirPods because these ones have dead, so I need to pick them up. But big up to everyone.
The problem isn't the echo. The problem is your audio's too low.
All right. Oh, audio's too low. Perfect. I'll keep it.
We can hear you.
There is an echo.
There's an echo.
And now there's an echo as well.
See, so I'll be back. But yeah.
Great. Hey, you asked for it, Mike. Here you go. You wanted the old intros. These are the old.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one who misses them?
That was good.
Okay. There we go.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't have an intro for 4 years on YouTube. You get me? So we do something different at least. Anyway, big up to everyone locked in. Like I said, all the links are in the description. Famzone TV, the Jerry James Show. Rax's Twitter is in the description. Mike Das LFC and Fozzy TV. They are all in the description, so please go give them all a subscribe. Subscribe to this channel as well. Like this video. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. And the international break is finally done. But we actually are going to start with a bit of transfer news before we get to the football. And let me start off with Fozzy. Fozzy. Semenyo. By the way, guys, open floor after Fozzy, so you can just speak whenever you want. So let's just let him have his say, and then we'll react to what he says, and we'll continue on the conversation. Semenyo to Liverpool Football Club. The links are heavy. Fabrizio as well came out and basically confirmed it. How do you feel about Liverpool signing yet another forward?
I'm all for it because of we lost Diaz in the left wing, so it's good to have a player that can play in both sides, if you know what I mean, of the pitch. So it could, the thing with the team, guys, at the moment, if you look at us, the players are too comfortable. They don't, they don't look like there's pressure on them when we're watching them in the games that we watch. So if you're getting someone from the wings that can have a work rate as well as quality and all that, Semenyo is the guy. And the best thing about him is you don't even know what foot he is because he's two-footed. So he could play on the left and he could play on the right. So if either winger drops form, he's there, obviously pushing them on their side. So as I said, getting him into the team, it will be brilliant for us because that's something that we need at the moment. The more pressure the players can have, the more the players can play better continuously instead of like dropping off form. As we're seeing right now, this football we're seeing is not attractive at all. But sometimes you need something that can push you to get you to the next level, and getting him in the next month or so will be brilliant for Liverpool. And we could actually push on as well. Like we're 8th now. Him coming in could push us even further in the league as well. So I'm all for it. And that could be the replacement on the right hand side on the long term as well. So I know a lot of people don't want Salah to go, but everybody goes at some stage in their career. And Semenyo coming in at age of 26 doesn't look like a player that's going to be sitting on the bench in the next couple of years. It looks like obviously someone's going to start. It's going to be there for the long term. So I'm hoping, obviously, we get him through the door. I think he's homegrown as well. And he's born in London, isn't he? He's born in England. He plays for Ghana. So him coming in, I think, would be brilliant for the football club. I know a lot of people have doubts against that transfer. They're looking for the guy at Bayern Munich, Olise. But Semenyo is not a bad, swap for that because Bayern Munich is a big club. That player might be one of the players they want to obviously let go of. So, yeah, I'm all for it. 65 million is a good deal, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, we need something like this in our team. I think we need a DM personally, but we need some pace and power in the team. And this guy, I've been watching him since last season. I knew about him before, but last season and the start of this season, we need to grab him because if we don't grab him in January, I can see Arsenal getting him, and then Saka and him on the wings will be a nightmare for everyone. I do not want to see this. We need some physicality in the team. This guy is defensively sound as well. And on a transitional play, we need someone like that who can carry the ball forward. We have not got no pace and no one that can carry the ball like him. And he's not just a gap per way he can cut in. He can go byline as well. He can go byline, cut in. He's a proper modern winger, and we cannot afford to miss out on this guy. Seriously, cannot afford to miss out on him because everyone's gonna be after this guy. And like you said, he's homegrown as well. And how he started the season, this is what we need right now. He can be like the Kvaratskhelia to the PSG. This is what we need. This might bring us up. Hopefully, we get this done because. Listen, this guy, I think he's gonna.
And he could complement Kerkez as well because they played together before on the left hand side, so he might get the best out of Kerkez on top of that as well.
I think there's two ways to look at it, right? Like there's the player profile way of, I agree with what everyone has said. I'm not I think he's a fantastic player. He obviously scored a double against us in transition. He's 2-footed. He'll provide competitiveness for both wingers. He can play on both sides. He's defensively sound, all this yada, 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 yada. But the other side of the coin is I've watched my manager turn £500 million into a band of eunuchs. So, Florian Wirtz looks like Florian Squirts. Milos Kerkez is the worst left back in the league, apparently. Jeremy Frimpong can't even stay healthy. Alexander Isak who? Alexander the Great? Yeah, the greatness of nothing. Hugo Ekitike is really the only one who has hit the ground running, and he hasn't even scored in like 7 games. So again, I think it's a lovely player. I think it's a fantastic signing, but I wouldn't trust Arne Slot with him as far as I could throw Arne Slot, and I can't throw a 200-pound man very far. So to me, again, I don't know how much it solves because I don't find the issue to be on the left wing. I don't find the issue to be on the forward line. I don't find the issue to be on the back line. I think the issue is in the implementation of tactics, what you're telling these players to do. But as a signing, amazing. But like, you know, you have to look at, do you really think, or can you really trust Arnie after 2 months of spending 500 million pounds? Personally, I can't. However, he could be an X factor in certain games that rises above the manager. That's without a doubt. He'll provide a different look on the left wing. That's without a doubt. So there are positives, but at the same time, I think that it doesn't solve any of the root issues at this football club. And I don't think it takes us from a D to a C. You know what I mean? Like if we were doing a letter grade system, it's a D to a C. I'm trying to get to an A. Yes, it's an improvement, but it's a marginal improvement. We kind of need drastic improvement. But listen, sound player, great name, and I'd love to see him at the football club.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't think anyone denies he's a very good player, and you can always do with good players in your team. But I think, as Mike said, I don't think that's the crucial issue with the way we're playing at the moment. I'll welcome him with open arms, but I don't think he solves our fundamental problems, and that's the concerning part. That we need to. There are other areas where I would look to strengthen before him, but I'm going to welcome any good player that I think can make a contribution. I think he can make a contribution.
Yeah, I think just echoing what people have said, I've kind of explained it before. I think the players are partly to blame, but it's also the manager as well. So having a player in there that gives you a different dynamic may improve the team, right? But what worries me is that we haven't tried that with the players that we've got at the club to see whether that would work. So a Chiesa, Rio, or the players that have been on the bench haven't been trusted so far this season to see if that change will be work. And that was what I've been advocating for, because I don't trust the manager, but cool. Let's see what you got to do, right? Change the players first and see if that works, right? Because that's what the manager can do before he goes into the transfer market. He hasn't done that. We bring a player in. For me, again, I'm Ghanaian. Semenyo, I've known about him for a while. So, do you know what I mean? I want, do you know what I mean, my compatriot to come to the club. But let's be honest, the squad planning right now seems all over the place. All over the place. Because you're buying a Semenyo that can play on the right, can play in the centre. But if you ask him where he wants to play, it will be on the left-hand side. Right? Because he can cut in and shoot. Yes, he can use his left foot, but he wants to use his right. Do you know what I mean? He wants to go and score the goal that he did the other day, where he's cutting inside, and then finds, do you know what I mean, beats the keeper from the near post. But then you look at it and you've got Gakpo on that side, which is fair, cool. But then you've also got Hugo Ekitike, and you've got Isak, and you've got Rio, that apparently was supposed to be the Diaz replacement. You got the contract on the back of, you know, a good pre-season, and we all thought he'd get the chance to go and play. So yeah, he might be able to go and play on the right, and look, it might work. But I look at it right now and okay, well, if Semenyo does come in, then Gakpo, who I'm pretty sure we've just given a new contract to, or one of Ekitike and Isak, will be missing from the starting lineup, which again doesn't make sense because you've decided to go and buy these players. So you look at the squad planning now, and you know all these talk we've heard about, oh, Wirtz is going to play in the 10, we're going to go and play 2 strikers. That goes out the window now. That goes out the window if you get a Semenyo.
Oh yeah.
So what is the squad planning? Because guess what? You play Semenyo on the right-hand side, right? To Mike's point and to Rax's point, it doesn't solve the structural issue. What it will give you though is he may have the ability to beat his man and deliver on a more consistent basis than this current Mo Salah, which again, to Mike's point, might get you from an F to a C which is fine. But ultimately, Isak's still going to play the way Isak's playing. Kirkers is still going to play the way Kirkers is playing. Gakpo's still going to be Gakpo. Salah is still going to be Salah when he comes back from AFCON, right? Because Ghana aren't in the AFCON. And Ekitike is still going to be Ekitike that hasn't scored in 7 games, albeit
This
he's
is
been
true. Ghana didn't qualify.
But you want to
I didn't know that.
now that you're on this whole train of thought, what's even funnier that I just realized is that if we did get Semenyo, you guys realize we'd have 4 different players who all play left wing for their country.
Mm-hmm.
You have Wirtz who played on the left, you have Ekitike who played on the left, you have Cody Gakpo who plays on the left, and then you would have Semenyo. So now all of a sudden,
and then you've got Rio, who's
and then you have Rio
at that point.
Yeah, who's supposed to be, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I'm reading people's speculation articles now of we could have gone for Barcola or Rodrigo, but we felt like Rio was the future. I'm just saying, why do we have so many dudes who want to play on the left hand side?
Let me reverse the question on you, Mike, because you brought up something
drinks left.
unrelated. Let me ask you a question, Mike. I'll here's my question. So your issue with the signing is trusting Slot with more players. Fairs. So let's say, for the sake of argument, let's assume tomorrow Slot is sacked, whoever is hired. Let's not have that debate. Whoever is hired, would that change your mind on the signing?
I think that it is a great opportunistic signing regardless. I think that to get him into the club right now would be great regardless of who the manager is. All I'm saying is that I'm viewing it from the perspective of the season, and I don't know if that is going to change the outcome of our season. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if the outcome hinges on Semenyo, regardless of who the manager is. It doesn't matter if you brought me the greatest manager in the history of managers. That's not the main issue. The issue to me is the double pivot and the back 4. So again, I want him regardless. I think he's a great signing. I don't want him going to Arsenal. Because I agree with Dean. I think
wait till the summer, he will go to Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We've got to be careful how we go about it.
It's a good opportunity, and 65 million for a
also, if you want to be a well-run club, and I think most people will say over the last few years we've returned to becoming well-run until the debacle of the current situation. You don't sign a player just to stop Arsenal getting him. That's the recipe for disaster.
You sign a player to improve you, don't you, as well? So
I think the club like him anyway.
This is a long-term planning thing. It's not just a short-term, is it?
No. But
our players
fine.
are aging, guys. Our players are aging. You got to understand that as well. We've got a few players in the squad that's aging, so we do need to replace. I preferred we got Salah's replacement probably a year ago. So while Salah's here, he could learn under him and then take over eventually.
So are we? Is the plan then? Again, this is just for the panel because I don't know. I'm just a fan like everyone, right? But is the plan then for Semenyo to just be the right winger then? Because I personally don't see that. I think to Mike's point, I think it's more opportunistic than anything. It's very much like the Gakpo situation when we signed him in January. It's there's a player available in January, we can go and sign him. I think if you look at the trend of football clubs right now, they're stockpiling players even if they stay for a season or two to then sell them for profit in the future, right? So you get a Semenyo because there is a low release clause, because he's performing well, and then you go and kind of figure it out. Because even at this point, at this current moment in time, right, I don't envision, unless you go and play with 2 strikers, which it seemingly, if we go and buy Semenyo, means that we won't be playing 2 strikers, right? Is telling me that one of Isak or Ekitike will be gone in the next 24 months. There's no way you are keeping. There's no way you are keeping a £120 million striker and then Ekitike that if he carries on performing the way he is, right, and his stock continues to rise, let's say he has another good World Cup, and you're telling one of them, you're going to be on the bench for the other one. There's no, it just doesn't happen. If you go and look at just historically, Harry Kane when he was up front, you look at even Salah in our own club.
Is a squad rotation in it, really?
But it's not going
to. Everybody knows over here.
It's not going to fly with the player.
Isak is the one that's going to be the main striker. Ekitike,
but that's fine. But if Isak's the bench
striker,
play
more than one position as well. You know what I mean? He could play
that's fine. But
as well. And these strikers in the modern day, guys, they don't stay fit for long. And not only that, there's a lot of competitions to play, Jerry. So you got to
Fozzy. Also, the flipping thing is kind of out the window because he's 26. You aren't really going to flip Semenyo.
But it's not about. But of course you can. If it's not about
How?
flipping Semenyo, but because think about it,
I mean,
right? Think about
Bayern Munich
if
just
Liverpool,
paid 65. You get a few years out of him at the very least. You don't have to make money. If you get 3 good years out of him, that's also a return on your
No, but
investment.
that's not my point. My point, if we wanted to flip someone, I think we'd sign someone a lot younger,
No,
like
no,
5
No,
years.
but it's not.
younger.
But
Barcola,
not necessarily.
maybe.
But not necessarily about. It's not about flipping in terms of we're just trying to make profit. What I'm talking about is the club will look at it from 2 standpoints: from a monetary standpoint, but also if we sign Semenyo and to Rax's point, he gives us 2 good years and we moving on. So be it. So be it, because it helps us for the current moment. Because if you wanted a Semenyo, and again, you would have got him 2-3 seasons ago, to your point, right? But Liverpool are getting him now, which suggests to me it's an opportunistic signing. If the release clause of Semenyo was 100 million, Liverpool aren't signing Semenyo.
Yeah, we ain't signing.
They
hell
aren't.
no.
So they're signing him because of the price. And going back to Fozzie's point, right? Yeah, I understand that whole thing of the squad depth and his rotation and stuff. As a player, you do not want the idea of I'm just going to be rotating, and especially when someone like Isak comes in for that amount of money and what he's been told. Same as Wirtz, same as Ekitike. They've all been sold a dream about you're going to be this, and that. If one of them, and it's either or. I'm saying Isak could go and score 20 goals by the end of the season, and we're having a different
Injuries
conversation
happen as
about
well
who
for
should start.
long-term injuries as well, yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that at one point, with the amount of forwards Liverpool go and have, and bear in mind, if Salah goes back at the end of the season, which some people speculate he will, right? You're still going to need to buy a Salah replacement, right? So you're going to buy a Salah replacement, which leaves you still in the same situation with all these forwards. None of these players that are coming in are going to be.
What if it's the Salah
Chiesa
replacement?
minutes.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah, but
it's
you would still need to buy another
left-footed-
right winger.
Another right winger, whoever that is, whether it's Elise, whether it's a flipping whoever. I can't name you any right wingers.
No, I'm saying, what if Semenyo is his replacement?
Yeah, still need to buy another right winger because you can't just have one right winger named Antoine Semenyo. You would he would be the only one. So you would
that's not my point. You're talking about buying a rotation player. I'm saying, what if Semenyo is the basically how you sell him on the project? Is you sit him down and you go like you're gonna be the Salah replacement. He's leaving.
You would still and you would still have to buy another one. You would still have to buy another right winger. You can't just have Semenyo.
Guys. That you're missing my point. I'm saying, what if right now, as you're speaking to somebody, because Jerry's point is us convincing him and etc., and the player and the project and blah blah blah. I'm saying, what if you sit down Semenyo right now, you tell him Mo is leaving in the summer, we're going to bring you in January because you're the long-term Mo replacement. Now, if you're talking about buying another right winger in the summer, that's a different topic in terms of you buy a rotational right winger, blah blah blah, young guy, project guy, whatever it is. Those are different things.
That would
I'm
just
speaking about selling the project to him.
That would just tell me that we're going to play a different style.
No. I think Liverpool sells itself to him, innit? For someone like him, if you know about Semenyo, he was playing non-league. He's like Semenyo was playing non-league in the local pitches. Do you know what I mean? Playing against Sevenoaks Town and stuff like that. So when I'm talking about Semenyo, for him, it's oh my god, how have I got here? It's another let it all work out. Do you know what I mean? Remix part 2. That's what it will be if he goes to Liverpool. So it's not a situation where Liverpool need to convince Semenyo. If the right club comes and offers him the right money, he's gonna go. The Bournemouth connection's there. I don't doubt if Liverpool decide to go for Semenyo, they'll probably will get Semenyo. Right? Looking at where Liverpool are, he will probably. But whether you want to sell him, he's the Salah replacement.
He's at that age. He doesn't need settling in or like integrate.
Yeah, whatever it is. My point is, it's not even about the player. What I'm saying is that Liverpool right now have stockpiled in so many positions where you've got so many players that want to move to play left hand sided, even if it's not. Do you know what I mean? Really there. Semenyo just adds to that bucket. Yes, you can play him on the right, but Semenyo's best performances have come from the left.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, you're going to play Semenyo on the right, fair enough, right? So who's on the left? So Gakpo's going to be your left-hand sided player. Unless you decide to move Semenyo onto the left, which means you need to get another right winger, to Mike's point. But let's say Semenyo stays on the right and Gakpo stays on the left when Salah goes to AFCON as an example. You're still stuck in the same situation where you've got Ekitike and Isak, right? Where one of them, and it goes back to my point, in 24 months, and this is about 2 years' time, I'm giving 2 seasons, one of them is going to be gone. Because there's no way you are keeping, unless you can find a way to play them.
But why are we the only club not allowed to have 2 strikers? I don't get this point.
No, it's not about having 2 strikers. Think of Alvarez, Haaland. Think of how that dynamic works. It's not about the 2 strikers. It's the level of the 2 strikers. I think it's too similar.
At some point, it will come to a head. I get what Jerry's saying, because it's very rare that you have two elite strikers in a team. It happens, maybe, you know,
For a
and I'm not
sustained
saying it's
period.
impossible. Yeah, but at some
Has
point,
Ekitike been elite though? Elite is a big
no,
word.
but I mean, I think we're projecting forward to saying if he carries on improving at the rate that
But
he's
isn't the whole
at,
point by the time Ekitike is elite, Isak will be gone at 30 or 31?
Yeah.
No, because I think all Ekitike needs. I think if he builds on this season that he's had, next season is more consistent. He could eclipse what Isak's done already. Let's be honest.
But you see, this is the problem. In your controlled experiment, you're basically saying that Isak won't also like pop off.
But no. I said it. I said it on the flip side. Remember, if we are playing one striker, right, there needs to be one striker that is given the license. You are the guy. Go and play.
And
right?
that will be logically Isak.
So if it is Isak, then Ekitike at a certain point, if he goes back to my point, if Isak pops off and gets 20 goals, like I said, by the end of the season, right? And Ekitike is sitting on the bench and he's thinking, where am I going to go and play? And he's being shifted out on the left and he's doing this. And he has a bad boy World Cup as an example, right? There'll be teams that will come in for him and tell him, you're going to be our main guy. And Liverpool have to make a decision. Remember, Liverpool don't keep players that don't want to stay here. And this is a player that also believes, I guarantee if you asked Ekitike and asked him, do you think you're better than Isak? He'll be like, yeah, I think I'm better than Isak. And Isak will probably think he's better than Ekitike.
Belief as a player.
No,
of course you should believe in yourself.
Exactly, you should believe in yourself. But when Harry Kane was in the club, whatever striker they had never thought they were better than Harry Kane. Because there was levels.
That's why they didn't win anything.
No. But same way when Liverpool had a right winger, when we had Salah on the right wing, or had Mane on the left wing, and had Bobby Firmino, no other secondary player that we had, whether it was this left winger, that right winger, thought they were better than what we had there. None of them did. Because they knew there was like, oh, well, these are the guys, they're elite. So I'm saying if one of them becomes elite, and I believe one of the two will, right? But it won't become with game time and experience. The other one's not going to be content.
Well, Jerry, that's a good position to be in. That's a good position to be in. If we've got two elite players playing for one position, I'm happy for that. And the thing is, I agree with what you're saying, Jimmy. I agree with what you're saying, where, what's it called? We stockpiling people that can play on the left. But for me, I don't think we are, because our manager only he sticks with Gakpo every game. Every now and again, he might put Verts out there. How I see it, he doesn't use Chiesa. He doesn't use Rio. So bro, I need something different than Gakpo. Every single option. It's always Gakpo, bro. I need to see him put under pressure, because I'm sick of seeing the same thing over and over again. I know there's more pressing positions we should be going after, but
that's what I agree. That's more my point. That's more my point.
This is an opportunity we can't miss out on, bro. This is the opportunity, like you said, opportunity to signing. We need to be there. We're the top team in England. We can't let this signing go to one of our rivals, because we'll be pissed off in the back.
I'm saying we can't, but all it does, it just adds more pressure to a manager that has shown that he can't make tough decisions when it's like you're being dropped, you're not going to play. Because I'm saying we've all spoken, and every single one of us has at one point said, oh, Gakpo, you should be dropped, and Rio should play, or Chiesa, or vice versa on the right, or this person in midfield, right? But he hasn't done this. So my point is, to your point, if he gets to Semenyo, right, and Salah gets knocked out of AFCON quickly, Salah's still playing on the right-hand side. From what I've seen this season, so now Semenyo is getting the Rio minutes, he's getting the Chiesa minutes, because Gakpo is his guy.
We're gonna have to look at it obviously on Saturday if he's still doing the same shit. If he's still doing the same shit, then I'm worried like you.
Fozzie, come on, he's laughing. He don't even believe himself.
Yeah, I know.
That leads me perfectly to speak about the football. We'll get to Semenyo when we get there in January. I want to speak more about the football now. Big up to everyone locked in. We always have 400 people in here. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing, please. And do subscribe to everyone on the panel too, because I do want to speak about the Forest game this Saturday. You get me talking about if he does the same shit. Fozzie,
I know he's going to do it.
He just hasn't said it publicly. Let's go to the ever so positive Mike Das. Your thoughts on the Forest game this Saturday, bro?
Listen, I don't care what you say. I'm the most positive person in here because I want results. But let me just
positive guy in here. Have some shame.
Listen. Sometimes
I'm
negativity,
squeezing every inch of positivity out of my soul, brother.
Sometimes negativity is positivity. But listen, this weekend, Nottingham Forest. One thing that I think is going to play into our advantage is that Sean is not smart. he's not smart. I don't think that he is going to review the season up to this point and understand that a low block is the antithesis of the way to beat Liverpool Football Club. I think he's not going to realize that he has to just put 5 players in the middle of the park and no Liverpool player will invade that space and will be forced wide all day. I think Nottingham Forest are going to show up. I think by the 20th minute, you're going to see 9 guys in the box. I think that our midfield is going to look better. It's going to be Aston Villa 2.0. Everyone's going to say, oh, look how much more space there is. Oh, look how good Soboslai looks. Oh, look at Gravenberch. Meanwhile, no one's going to come to the conclusion that there's literally 90% of the team sitting inside the 18-yard box. No, there is room in the midfield. Personally, I feel like we're not going to see any real change. You might see on paper a 4-4-2 or a 4-1-2-1-2, whatever. Like you might see on paper something different, but when it comes to the implementation of our possession structure, I'm expecting to see the 3-1-0-0-0-6. I'm expecting to see Kirkes to drop as the left-sided center back.
He should be sacked.
I'm expecting to
last
not
week,
see.
Fuzzy.
I'm expecting to not see a regular. Here's going to be my real hot take. I said this before Aston Villa, and it rang true, and I'm going to say it again. I think that Liverpool are going to deceive people. I think that the way that Forest are going to play are going to fool people into thinking that we're better and that we're going to win this game. And it's only going to further divide the people who are for Slot and the people who are against Slot. And no one's going to sit there and ask the question, well, how did they play and how did it affect us? So I don't expect to see any giant changes on our side. If we do, I'll sit here on Sunday and I'll say, you know what, I was wrong. But there's no evidence to prove that it happened. Last time we had a 2-week break between Crystal Palace and Man United, we said, you just got paid $300,000 to do nothing. Let's see what you did. Oh, you did nothing. I'm kind of expecting the same exact result. 2 weeks off, £300,000 in your pocket. I don't expect to see any changes. I expect Forest to play themselves into trouble. And I'm going to have to sit here and be gaslit into thinking that we're better, even though we're not. So
quick question, Mike. Why do you think Forest will play? Why do you think Liverpool play into Nottingham Forest's hands, especially considering they've got Sean Dyche?
No. I'm saying I'm reverse. I'm saying I think Forest will play into our hands by sitting in a low block.
But that doesn't play into our hands.
That doesn't play in our hands, Mike.
Personally, I believe
that's the worst thing we could do.
Yeah,
that's
we hate that shit.
Wait.
Goes low block and direct. We're finished. We can't do anything about that.
Okay, see, so this is the difference that I have. When I view the games that we have struggled against this season, Chelsea, Brentford, United, I don't see a low block. I see a mid block. I see 5 players in the center of the park. Where they are on the pitch, like whether they're 10 yards outside of the 18-yard box or 10 yards below the halfway line, I see 5 players occupying the middle. That, to me, is a mid block. If you are taking away the central area, City did it too. City just didn't have to sit deep because we couldn't possess the ball for anything. But again, when you look at the one team that sat in a traditional low block, 9 men in the box, Aston Villa, for 80 minutes, I have all of the evidence in the world. From the 19th minute on, that's all I saw in Liverpool possession. 9 men in the box, not around the box, in the box. We were fine. We didn't concede anything. The counter press was good.
But the problem was, Mike, is that they were trying to play out the back. Is in they were adamant on, we are not going to go direct. We are going to go and try to play through the lines. If a team
eventually
sits back
they
against
did,
Liverpool, no. But they did, but that was because they were playing out to the back. Every goal they conceded was them. There was Kamara doing nutmegs through the play. They were adamant on, we are going to go and play. It wasn't sit back and go long and hit direct. Because what happens is, if that goes and happens to Liverpool and they're playing Wood or whoever that brother Brazilian player is, like I can't forget the thing, and they decide to just go direct, that's going to cause Liverpool loads of problems. If you go back to the Bournemouth game, right, that's exactly what Bournemouth did. Bournemouth sat back, and what they did, they hit us quick in transition, right? Yeah. And that's ultimately how a team in a low block or a mid block is going to create any chances. But the difference with Aston Villa. Yeah, no, but the difference with Aston Villa is that if you go back and look at the games, and even the chances they created was about bringing the team onto them because they were going to go and play at the back and then capitalising on the space that's created in behind because Liverpool step up, which meant that they'd go and pop it into Morgan Rogers. He had space to run into. He's then running. He go and pops it off to someone else, and that's how they created their chances. It wasn't about like the low block. It was the fact they decided to go and play. If you go and just play the percentages against Liverpool, again, everyone on this panel has said it. There's been no fight. We lose battles. We're not pressing enough. We don't win second balls. If they do that better than Liverpool, we are in trouble. And they caused us that problem last season, and that was Liverpool, and we didn't beat them over 2 games. So if they can do something similar again, it's going to cause us loads of problems.
I don't necessarily disagree with the whole energy aspect. I think, again, my number one issue with the club is complacency. Like, that's the one word I use to describe it. The number one attribute of everyone in the midfield is their ability to walk. Alexis McAllister basically has a walker with him 24/7. But again, Aston Villa in the second half, they tried to go long. The mistake that they made was that they played long into central positions. Ryan Gravenberch scores after they do a long ball clearance directly to the middle of the park, and Virgil van Dijk heads it right down to McAllister. I agree with you in the sense that Aston Villa tried to play out the back, and they got punished for it, right? But to me, again, if you sit too deep, Liverpool will be okay. That's just my opinion. If you do not put the midfield in a mid block, I don't care what your back 5 does. If 4 players are not occupying the center of the pitch and letting us go wide, then we're going to be okay. It's when you occupy the center, no matter where the center is, right? Because everything is based on where the ball is. So as long as they take away the center of the park, we're in trouble. If they don't do that, I'm confident, even against the low block. That's all I'm trying to say here. I think, yes, what you are saying is true. They tried to play out the back, but also you can see a consistency. And regardless of whether it's a low block, a mid block, or a high press, whatever, teams that have taken away the middle and clogged the middle have killed us. United did it. Chelsea did it. Burnley did it. I mean, Burnley obviously didn't win, but they made it very difficult. Crystal Palace did it 3 times, albeit we were up 2-0 in that first game. We were up 2-0 against Bournemouth. But yeah, you are correct. We are our own worst enemy. And if we don't see the energy, it doesn't matter how the other team plays, because we won't win any duels. We won't win any second balls. We won't have any fight. And they will just basically out-effort us to a win. But
that's typical Sean Dyche. Effort, old British way of playing football. Long ball, effort, win your second balls, set pieces. That's what we've struggled with all season. Everyone keeps saying the next few games are favourable to us. And it's the same thing, bro. These next few games are not favourable to us, how we play. These games we got next are the games we struggle in. I'd rather play Aston Villa or a team that plays football. Like, we cannot, if Sean Dyche gets it right on the weekend, listen, it's gonna be dark for us, because the second balls, we know we're not gonna win. Like you said, that midfield battle, we ain't gonna know. If they put what's his name? Put Yates in for this game, like they did last season.
He's gonna come in. You know he's gonna come in.
You know he's gonna come in.
He only plays against us, bro. He only plays against us. He knows what he's gonna do. Yates is gonna be captain today, and you're gonna boss. Hope McAllister's playing. That's what he's gonna think, and you're gonna boss McAllister, and that's what's gonna happen. If Sean Dyche has got any brains, low block, set pieces.
So does no one actually think we're going to win this Saturday or something? No one thinks we're going to win?
No, I think we win by default. I think we win by default.
No one here believes we're going to beat fucking Nottingham Forest at Anfield.
I think we're going to win. We're just going to be angry. We're going to be equally as angry as we are right now.
It's going to be a long season, chat. Buckle up, man. Get your seatbelt on. It's going to be a long ass season.
I don't think we win. I think we draw. I think we drop points.
If we don't score in the
you
first
actually
half,
think we won't beat Forest at home?
No, because I think that there's even more. Put it this way, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff, right? I think the games we won at Anfield is when, especially recently, is when the fans have been proper on it. Now, if the fans step it up, right, in the ground and make it like the Real Madrid game, like, I think yes,
they're not going to do that.
But if it's like a tedious, just what it's been, and it becomes a bit quiet and dull. There's no onus, right? That's favourable for those teams, because all they've got to think about is, all right, our fans aren't expecting us. There's no moans and groans if we just sit in and go long and direct. Yeah. We're just going to sit in. We're going to make it really awkward for you guys. And if we can get out of there with a point, so be it. And guess what? If they come out of there with a point, with a 1-1 or a 0-0 or whatever it is, yeah,
win
it's
for them.
wow, masterclass from Daesh. The fans are like, we nicked the point away at Anfield, and Liverpool are still in the situation thinking, how have we lost this game?
You know what they're going to say? What they said last, Forrester in Slot's head and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I mean, that's the narrative, right?
That's the least of my worries, the narrative. Fuck all that.
Remember though, guys,
You have to win, Habibi, this Saturday.
Anything? No, not even that.
1 win in 7. Hodgson didn't go 1 in 7.
Not even that.
That's
Not even
bad,
that.
man.
Liverpool from here until the end of the season, you have 0 points allowed to be dropped. A draw is not a point gained. It is 3 points dropped from here on out, based on where we are in the table. The fact that you've already lost 5 games, so you've lost 40% of the games that you've played this season. It doesn't matter about the circumstances. Context doesn't mean anything because there's no pictures on the scorecard at the end of the season. So you cannot drop a single point at least until maybe mid-March. Like maybe when teams get to the Champions League quarterfinals and all of a sudden the FA Cup is coming into play. But to me right now, if you drop any points, you're further. You're digging the hole further.
It depends what the objectives are. At this point, I don't think any of us think we're going to win the league, and therefore to say that we can't drop a point until mid-March, that's also unrealistic, right? I think we're aiming for at this stage. I think Arsenal are better than us, and City are better than us, and so that's obviously not a surprise. And if
I brought you here to be the second positive guy with me.
Oh, I am. But I
agree.
Clearly, you're so positive.
But none of us right now. None of us can see us winning the league, right? That's a very, very distant.
It's only
Maybe,
8
of course
points.
we
It's
cannot
only
win the
8 points, man. Come on,
Of course we cannot win the league.
Only
of
8
course.
points, you said.
Yeah.
The problem
Okay,
is not the difference between us and the other clubs. The problem is we basically need to be perfect. That's
Yes.
the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
but
don't
like,
think, but I
The
don't
issue
think it's
is not
realistic.
Arsenal and City will drop points. Yeah, they will.
No.
The problem is
Have
we
you-
have to win like 24 out of 27.
But therefore, I'm readjusting. I'm saying, okay, our objectives right now are to finish third, and if we are to finish third, we don't have to go until March without dropping a point. If we go to March without dropping a point, we'll be in the title race.
Yeah.
We'll be in the title race if that happens. But
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
think
That's
gonna happen.
unrealistic
Again, if Liverpool
expectation.
get to March without dropping a point, let's be honest,
It'll be a miracle as well.
On all cylinders.
It'll be a
Yeah,
miracle,
everything's
100%.
No, of course, and obviously everything's firing on all cylinders. But if we're just honest with ourselves, that's not going to be the case, right?
Oh, hell
Because
yeah.
we're not firing on all cylinders. So
Thanks, Jerry, man.
Okay, I didn't mean it literally, guys. Like I'm using it. I'm using it. I'm using it.
Thinking about it because they're so fucked
Yeah, but
right now. Let's
like
be
I'm
funny.
saying, like I'm using it as an analogy to sort of display the fact that we're fucked. Like that's the whole point of saying that, is that you have put yourself. I mean, listen, even if you had pulled away a couple of draws and you had gained a couple points, all right, well, if we had 3 losses, it would be a little bit different. If we had 2 losses, it would be very different, right? But unfortunately, that's not the way it is. And yes, while I agree with Rax, I'm not thinking about winning the league. Unfortunately, 11 games into a season after spending 500 million pounds, I don't accept that. I cannot wrap my mind around giving up on game week 12. I won't do that. So, it's a impossible mountain to climb. I mean, I don't know if you guys looked at Arsenal's next fixtures, but they pretty much have one
got
tough
tough.
game.
They've got tough.
I don't find it to be that tough. They got Chelsea away. They have Brentford at home.
No, Chelsea's
Villa.
definitely tough, Mike.
No, yes, okay, but wait for me to finish the sentence. Chelsea away. I don't find Brentford at home to be too challenging. Villa away, that might be challenging based on history. Wolves at home. Everton away, really. Brighton at home. Villa at home. Bournemouth away, and then Liverpool on January 8th. To me, I find that to be, in this current state of what Arsenal is, not a very difficult run. Now, we'll see what, the consequences of Gabriel and maybe even Yuri and Timber being out will do, but I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I won't sit here and speculate on that. All I'm trying to say is that you've dug yourself a hole, and now you have to be perfect. That was the point of what I'm saying. If you want to win this league, or you have to hope that both City and Arsenal have hiccups conveniently at the same times that you have hiccups, much like last season when we went from 9 to 5, and then all of a sudden Every time we drop points, they drop points. Do I think that's going to happen again? I don't know. But again, it wasn't meant to be taken literally. I don't expect us to go on a 25-game win streak. If we do, I'll be the first one to sit here and apologize to Arnie Slot. I'll say, you know what? I'm an idiot. There's the reason why this is the reason why I live in California. There's a reason why I got 6,000 miles in between me and you, and that my opinions are on the internet. And none of you guys can come face to face with me. But that's 25 games in between now and then. So we'll see.
Yeah, things got to change in it, man. Listen, if we concede a goal in the first half of this game, we go to the second half 1-0 down. We're not going to win that game against Forest. Don't forget,
I just want to say something to you and Rak. I bring you both to be the positive light in the stream with me, and you both have been like, I've been like the only positive fucking Liverpool fan of the internet.
But what? You want to
think we're going to slap Forest? I think we're going to slap Forest. They're 18th. They suck right now.
How many times have you said
we suck as well?
Season? How often have you said that, Husam?
Yeah, but their suck is 19th.
How often have you said that, Husam? How often have you said that, Husam, this season? We're going to slap them. We're going to slap them. And in the watch along,
brother, that's not the point, okay? That's not the point. We're not here to discuss the past. Let's look forward.
Okay, what I will say, to put positive, like, yes, it's a little bit concerning that we have a team that's going to come and park the bus at Anfield, and we're not confident about breaking that. I will say that, generally speaking, if you play this game 10 times, Liverpool will probably win 6, 7.
6?
Maybe.
You didn't even say that.
That's the worry. That's the worry, Rak.
Okay, but
that's scary. That's scary.
That's dark, bro.
No, but
60%.
That is so, like, you just said to put a bit of positivity. And you said,
I said 6, 7. I said 6, 7.
Forest
I said 6, 7. Okay,
6,
I know, but what I'm saying is that there is a good chance that we still win. The concern is that does, even if we do beat them, that's not we're not out of the woods.
Enough. It's not enough.
That's
it's
the
not enough.
concerning thing.
Monologue by saying to put a bit of positivity, and this is what he said. You're basically saying there is a 40% chance Forest to get something. Are you mad?
Yeah.
At Anfield, guys.
But I'm looking at it from the side. We will probably win, Husam. The point is what I'm trying to make.
We will Jerry, maybe
win.
you're cooking.
Listen, everybody. Other people here are saying that.
I've never seen Rak so miserable my whole life, ever.
Do you know when he broke?
I've known Rak for a long time. He's never been this bad ever.
All right, Husam, right? Do you know what's happened? Remember on the stream before, yeah? I know Dean wasn't on there. But it was me, Fozzie, and Mike, and we went through the stages of grief. When he lost it on that stream the other day, that's when I knew the camel's back was broken. Now it's 60. His tune has changed completely since then.
Rex,
yeah.
Welcome to the party, mate. Welcome to the party. They've done me in too.
Welcome. Listen, we're accepting. It's Black Friday. We're accepting members for free. Dean's been on board. Dean's been on the.
I've been slot out for months.
Yeah, man.
For months.
But Dean, I heard the rumor that you changed your mind after Madrid. Dean.
I didn't change my mind. Don't listen to the rumor. Listen to me.
Don't do that gaslighting, Husam. Don't do that gaslighting.
Don't worry about what Cal said. I know you heard Cal. Just listen to me.
Guys, listen, there is no gaslighting. These next 3 games, Forest, PSV, and West Ham, we don't win. There is no if, but, or maybes.
If we don't win, Husam, we've got a date. So 3 games, we don't win, right? So it could be 3 draws.
Yeah, but we win like 2 and draw 1. I get me. It's still better.
All right, we win 1, but draw 1 and lose 1. Is that fine for you?
Ed, this is what shocked me. Thank you, Ed. We have to establish something. Rax, are you slot out?
No. We established that in the last thing.
Fozzie is definitely slot out.
I'm in the middle.
Rax is
you said, Wallahi, I'm done. You said, Wallahi, as soon as you dropped, Wallahi, I'm done. See, Allah, he's watching you, bro.
Thank you.
He's got
we can't do
Fozzie's got
Wallahi, Jerry cooking. You want to know something? Jerry, you should cook Fozzie. No, why are you hiding? Get your ass back on camera. As soon as
don't try to do that now. You went and done the Cosa Nostra, innit? You cut. Listen, we shook hands. You slashed your hand.
Man. I thought about
it was a blood handshake, bro. It was a blood handshake. Listen, do you know how you know Fozzie's cooked?
And change your mind.
Do you know how you know Fozzie's cooked? Yeah, is ever since he went and said, "Yeah, I'm done." Every single background's been Ronaldinho, Zidane. He hasn't had anything Liverpool. On his channel, he's wearing an Argentina top. He's finished. Listen, whatever he says now, it doesn't matter. The chat knows. One by one, fallen soldiers. We're literally waiting for Husam. We're literally waiting for him to just waiting for the channel to pop off.
What have I done?
The channel to pop off.
Why do I have to be the guy that turns? Like, it's just
no, because this is your channel. That's it. You don't have to be the guy that
So
turns.
wow.
Everyone in the chat is waiting. Everyone in the chat is waiting.
That's the reason.
They're waiting for the channel to burst. Like everyone there is just like, come on, man, come on, let's just wait.
I'll be honest with you.
Wait. We want the real Husam. Can the real Husam stand up? Can the real
Husam? Wait, hold on, Jerry.
Why can't I be
the
second manager?
Husam, can you do a vote? Can you do a vote for the chat? Can you do a vote for the chat and see how many people are slot in, slot out? I'll be interested.
I'll do a poll right now.
Okay.
We are being a little bit two-faced here, though, because at the end of the day, I remember there was one particular person who was slot out before anyone else on the planet.
That's my point.
His name is Husam.
He wasn't even the door yet.
So technically speaking, Husam was technically right before everyone.
Mike, let me make something clear. That is not just a stab in the back. That is a slap in the face.
Okay,
you know for a fact it was just emotional and I took it back a day after. Stop.
Okay,
no, that was the real Husam.
I actually want to be serious here for a second. I actually do want to be serious.
When someone shows you who they are, believe it, people. Believe it.
Yes. Husam, I'm just.
He's my manager. I haven't turned on him yet because I don't believe he has to go yet. Why can't I think that way?
No, I won't turn on him. I haven't turned on him yet.
Yeah, but I won't.
Games, people.
No, but my logic is, I just said I think we'll win, though. So by definition, I'm saying I don't think I'll turn.
No, but imagine I said that.
But Dean, you said yes.
But Dean, check the madness. I won't cheat on my missus yet. I won't cheat on her yet.
But am I really the only one here who's
We got him, people. We got him.
Am I the only one here who's fully I mean, I would go out on a limb here, and according to Husam, I would say I might be the most negative person on this panel or on this panel's history. But am I the only one who's actually confident that we're going to win this game?
No, you and Husam.
I'm confident.
I think we'll win it, but by default.
I think we'll win it.
That's four of you, then. Yeah. I think Fozzie said we'll win as well.
I don't know.
I think we'll lose.
I mean, I actually think
in a similar way. My concern is
we've established Fozzie's fraudulence.
See, I'm reasonably confident we're going to win the game. As I said, 6-7 times out we play this game, we win.
But it depends on his slot.
My concern is that we're not going to solve our problems by winning this game, and then it's just. I'd like to see actual improvement, not just
Rex, can I ask you a question? Do you care? Listen, do you care if we lose, win, or draw? If we've got a pattern of play, we're heading towards the direction. Do you care about things like that?
That's another thing, actually, Fozzie. If we play really well and the players miss chances, the players are gonna have to hold it. I'm not disingenuous. If we have like fucking 15 shots on target and they have 1 and they win 1-0, I'm gonna blame players. I'm sorry. It's the reality.
As you should.
And we're at the point now where really we could have demanded one or the other maybe at the start of the season.
Jerry, you're such a toxic negative influence. How have you have turned Fozzie and Rax against
Rax isn't turned.
Who am I against?
He's not. He isn't turned.
Fozzie, welcome to the.
Fozzie, you're with them.
I'm not even
Rax is trying to say.
Part of it.
Stop
all
it. You
he's
said
trying to say is what we all
I
said.
said we're done. I didn't say I'm out. I said
Wallahi, we're done means you're slow.
Yeah, okay, Fozzie. We know you don't want to just say the words, but all he's trying to say, all Rax is trying to say is what a lot of us were saying 6 weeks.
Are you translating for Rax? Let Rax say it.
But here's the problem. Husam doesn't want to listen. Husam doesn't want to listen because, okay, at the end of the day, 6 weeks ago after Southampton, I sat here and I said, you know what? Fuck the result against Palace. I need to see you try something different. And then Palace passed. And then I said, you know what? It's been 2 weeks. I don't care about the result. I know it's United. I need to see something different. And then Chelsea happened. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to push us off again. I don't care about the result. I need to see something change. At the very minimum, if we lose this game against Forest, but he completely changes his whole tactics, and I see a completely different football team, I'll say, you know what? I've accepted the reality that we ain't doing shit in England, but I see something different. Whatever. I'm still going to be Arnie slot out, but at least I will have that satisfaction of knowing that, in a sense, I was right because you have changed everything. And now if we start going on a run because you changed everything, and then I start looking at Europe and I say, you know what? Our form in Europe is fantastic. Our form in England sucks. I'll still be pissed. I'll still be slot out, but I'll say, you know what? There's a chance that he wins me a trophy. And then maybe that whole new birth of form turns into something else, and we all find ourselves in a different spot in the summer. The only problem with that, though, is that I just don't even see that happening. I don't see him changing anything.
I need. You see the way Husam is like, look, 3 games we need to win. For me, it needs to be 5 games of that. Back-to-back 5 games of where I'm seeing, you're playing 3 at the back.
We have a winnable run, so it can happen.
No. I'm not saying it's not about the winning though. I'm saying about I need to see an identity for 5 games on the bounce where I'm like, okay, because guess what? G said it the other day on Enz's stream, right? De Zerbi, those Marseille, when he first got there, first pre-season, you knew what was going on. Straight away, you were like, this is crazy what they're trying to do. Klopp, when he first came in at Liverpool, that first game, everyone here on this panel watched that and was like, what on earth is this? It was manic, it was hectic, but you all saw an identity that was birthed. I have not seen that with Slot. So with Slot, it's going to have to be 5 games, bro. 5 games of consistent change before I even entertain the idea of, you know what, you can stay to the end of the season. But I don't, whether you win this game or not, I don't care. We should be winning Nottingham Forest. We should even be having a crisis meeting on the eve of the game, to be fair.
Yeah,
why are we having a crisis meeting for Nottingham Forest? What are we doing here? At 11, at 12, at midnight? This is insane. This is insane. This is
for me because it's 2:58 a.m.
The standards have dropped, my friend. The standards have dropped.
2:58 a.m. for me.
I think we're also at a point where, yes, we need to see a style of play, but we also need there's not really one or the other. We have to see both because we can't see points. Otherwise, what we're gonna start seeing is a style of play for the next 3 games. If the results don't go, all of a sudden we're like 10th.
Yeah,
this is the conundrum.
I don't care because whether you're 10th or 8th or 6th, I don't really. It doesn't. I don't care at this point.
But for the long-term progression, we need to get into those Champions League places, right? And I don't want that gap developing to the point where
it's beyond fixable.
Unless we win it.
Because look, I would say that the recruitment should be questioned. Our squad planning should be questioned. But also, we have bought good players, right? And if it means that we either have to correct some of the mistakes or maybe look at strengthening other players in the bring players in the summer to strengthen, it puts us in the best position if we've got Champions League football. We have the financial resources, so we can strengthen. So that's just why I think it's important that we actually. That's why I think it's important.
Dead even vote.
That's why it goes. That's why it goes back to me when I'm saying that with Slot, I'd rather just get the guy out now because I believe any manager that comes in with the players that we've got guarantees us Champions League. That's what I believe. I believe that with the players that we have, play, it guarantees us Champions League. Whether we win, lose or not, I don't care at this point. But to your point, I agree. And I think within that, if you can instill a style of play, right, from, let's say now, from today, all the way till beginning of next season, it gives us a basis to work on where I'm like, okay, we know this season's finished anyway, but can you go and get us into Champions League and can you go and build on these players so by the time next season comes around, we're flying. Right, that's the way I'm looking at it from a logical standpoint because I just don't think I think the same way you're thinking Slot could probably get top 4 and he could potentially I think we could end up 8th or 9th looking at how this season's going so far. And I just don't want to cut the call. I don't want to cut the call too late. I don't want to be like, all right, let's just get another manager in now because it didn't work out, and then we don't get Champions League because then that's a disaster. That's like then all the targets you thought you were going to get in the summer, if we do have any, cancelled, bro. Wharton cancelled.
This is the whole stage 1 versus stage 4 thing. It's the whole.
We're not doing this again, guys.
Which stage do you want to address? But it rings true. Which stage do you want to address this in? How far do you want to let it go before you go to the doctor? That's all I
gave you already the stage, Habibi.
Yeah, I know that, but like, it's been 6 weeks and you've gone from 1 to 3. So, you could have addressed it at stage 1 and now it's stage 2.
How many games have we won Husam? How many games have we won?
See, this is the guy. This is the guy that's not Slot out.
The guy that says I'm in the middle.
I know. It doesn't sound like he's not Slot out.
Yeah, thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. See, there you are. Fozzy, you have been exposed today. You're slot out. Just say it. Just say it at this point.
Get him out.
Here,
Get
I
him
know,
out, man.
I know why.
Whoa, whoa,
I know
whoa,
why.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Get
Say
him
it
out,
again. Say it again. Say it again, Fozzy. No,
Get him
no,
out. Get him out. Get him out, man. I don't want him no more.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, Jerry and Mike, man. Jerry and Mike, they're doing this to me every week, man. I've had enough of these guys. Like, get him out, man.
He's celebrating. He's celebrating, guys.
We're not doing anything to you. We're just spreading the
Road, man,
gospel.
says.
We're just spreading the gospel.
They
Got
done
it
me in,
live
man.
on camera. It was a matter of time.
Never said that in my life. Never said any manager. Even Roy Hodgson. I even sat through his games back in the day.
What?
I'm telling you. Never said.
You want Hodgson to go?
Never. First time in my life I ever said.
No, you are mad.
You didn't want Hodgson to go. What?
No, that time.
This is why, this is why Husam wanted you on the show. This is why he wanted
What I do normally, I let the club
He
decide.
thought he was bringing a friendly. He thought he was bringing a friendly in, but in
Fozzy's
reality, he was
on
bringing in a sleeper
I-
cell.
I
Guess
live
what?
in
He's a
hope.
double agent.
I live in
He's a
hope.
double agent. He's a double agent. He's a sleeper cell. He's been activated. We've
I
said
live in hope.
this.
I live in hope, man. You know what I
MK
mean?
Ultra. shit. We
Fonzie,
said
why
the
do you
code
hate
word.
Liverpool? Why do you hate Liverpool, man?
I don't hate
I don't
Liverpool.
understand it.
I let the club decide, innit? Like I said,
Yeah,
in the
we
beginning,
can't make decisions,
thing
bro,
we
but we can still want managers gone. Hodgson, that's crazy, bro.
I sat
But-
through these damn games as well.
Okay, but again,
I was never
genuine-
Klopp out, but I was honestly, I was Rodgers out and Hodgson out. Rodgers,
Husam.
the year after Stevie, I couldn't stand him. I just hated the guy completely. And Hodgson, listen, the less said about that, the better, right there. Kenny Dalglish, I wanted Dalglish to stay. I'll be honest. I wanted Dalglish to stay.
Genuine
You're
question.
still used to late,
Husam,
man, Douglas, isn't it?
genuine question, because
Here we go.
you have
Oh, so now
you have-
we've pressed Trax and Fozzy to smithereens. Let's press
no.
Husam
Wait. Let me just
negative
let
as
me,
well.
This
let
how
me
it works,
ask the
bro.
question.
The Gegenpress. This is your man.
Let me ask the question. Let me ask the
Yeah,
question.
Salah
and
and
then-
Mane over here pressing me. You get me? Here we go.
Just let me
Yeah.
just let me get the question across. So you
Go
have
ahead.
established the hill that you are dying on, and that is slot in, right? Now, my question is, what has Arnie Slot done from August to November? Not last season.
Forget
from
about last
August-
season. Don't talk about last season. I don't want to talk about
Yeah. From August 2025 to November 2025, what actions has
nothing.
Arnie Slot implemented to give you the confidence that you will see even a 5% change in the tactics this weekend against Nottingham Forest?
Okay, I can give you plenty of examples. First of all, Bournemouth. Unbelievable performance. The only mistake was bringing Endo on at right back. That's the only reason why that game went to 2-2. Other than that, we were in cruise control the whole game, and we had a very fantastic offensive performance. Arsenal at home. For me, in that second half, we were the only team that wanted to win the game, and the substitution of Curtis Jones changed the game for our favor and helped us win the game. And actually, that was we were building up pressure for a 15 to 20-minute period, and up until we scored that free kick, there's a reason why Schmeichel, who's a Man United legend, came out and said post-game, I wanted Liverpool to win the game because Arsenal were anti-football. He wouldn't say that for no reason, because Liverpool were the only reason that Preston wanted to win the game. Atletico Madrid at home. Unbelievable performance. Atletico Madrid only had one big chance created against us the entirety of the game, and they scored basically a goal. You're a percentage guy. The Lorente semi-volley is not something that's going to happen every single game against you. Everton at home in the first half. Phenomenal performance, balance there, performance there, our best players performing. Aston Villa at home, Real Madrid at home. All these games, Slot either changed something mid-game or started us off with a team that is capable of winning and a style and a structure.
Husam, when are we going to be at like a consistent like 90 minutes performance or something?
Well, nice. Firmino has joined the press now too. Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. Go ahead. Press me, brother. Yes, let's go. Fuck it. We're fighting everyone.
We've got Salah. Do, 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 do.
Go ahead, Fuzzy. Go
Mike,
ahead.
you do look- you look a bit like that guy.
When was the last time we did a consistent performance in 90 minutes? Like, you know, something like that. We're always doing half and half and half with this guy. When is it going to be consistently like, you know? 90
Atletico
minutes?
Madrid, we were good for the 90 minutes, in my opinion.
But they still got the goals, didn't they? They still like gave us
Yeah,
problems.
but they didn't get the goal. They
But
didn't
Fozzy,
get the
also,
goal.
look, I know Mike said about, you know, only from August, but like last season, one of the things that Slot was praised so heavily for was in first halves where things weren't going as well as he'd hoped. He'd make a tactical change, he'd bring on a player, he'd do something that benefited us and ended up winning games. So I don't think that happens as consistently by luck.
Do you know what it is?
It's not. Go on.
He's correcting his mistakes. That's what he's doing. He's correcting his mistakes.
Do what it is, Dean. Because I agree with that. But you see, like even that with Slot, right? I praise that. But I go back to this is just what I think and it's what I've learned, right? Because I coach, right? Is you have to instill something that the players believe in. You have to have an identity that the players believe in, that the fans believe in on a larger scale. I don't work like that. There's nothing there. What is this style of play? We don't know. It's just chop and change. It was last season he was praised for not changing too much because it was a team that up until March or February were in contention for all 4 trophies and ended up only with the Carabao Cup. It's don't upset the apple cart too much. We didn't make any signings. Continue, build on a bit what Klopp did and just make slight little tweaks. And 100% he deserves praise for that. But
that was also the reason why. But that's also the reason why we brought him in, though, right? Because when we brought him in, the idea behind him coming in was that he wasn't going his style of play, the style of play that he implemented at PSV at Rotterdam, Feyenoord,
Jerry, I'm not calling out here. You're not the one that can call out people. You were club out. And when Slot first walked into the club for the first 6 months, you're like, oh, this would have never happened in the club. Look at how we're rotating. Look at how this is happening. Look at the possession.
No. I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is that the longer time has gone on, we are seeing that we are moving away from what Klopp did, but there is no identity in the club. That is the problem. When he came in last season, 100%, you can't fault the guy for last season. Even to Dean's point, even if he was making mistakes, guess what? He was correcting them. What he's correcting them. So at the end of the day, he's making a change and we're winning the game. Perfect. But I'm saying 18 months in, the minimum I'd expect from any manager is for you to look at that team and be like, the team plays in the image of the manager. I don't know what the image of the manager is because I can't see it. We don't press the way we did. We don't keep possession better than we did. Right, even so, now I'm worried. Now I'm like, hold on, what's going on? We don't keep the ball well. We don't press well.
I don't want to give it as an excuse because ultimately, when you spend 450 odd million pounds, no one's going to listen to excuses. We wouldn't listen to it if it was Arsenal. We wouldn't listen to it if it was Man City. Yep. So I'm not asking for sympathy from anyone, but we have brought in a lot of players, and ultimately, that does disrupt the team, and that maybe. We've recruited poorly. Time will tell whether that's the case or not. Maybe we've misprofiled players. Maybe we're asking them to do stuff they haven't done before. Maybe it's taking time for them to adapt. All that stuff is a possibility. Again, I don't care. I went into this season saying we have to win the league. We have to win the league. We're not going to win the league. So by that definition, I'm saying that this season is going to be a failure unless we win the Champions League. Fine, okay.
All these bringing in players, I understand what you're saying, but top managers are able to integrate players. And look at Sunderland. Sunderland's got the same situation as us. They had more players they brought in. And look at them now.
True. But every situation is a little bit different. Look at Pep when he came into Man City. The first season he came in, and for every positive example you give, I can give a negative example. What I'm saying is that there's no hard and fast rule. These things, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
No, but Rak
came in second season. He brought even more players, and then he won the league in the second season. So, I'm just trying to say that maybe that.
But to that point, right? Let's use the Guardiola. Let's use the Guardiola example, right? Guardiola came in, right? And yes, they didn't win anything, and they came for. But there was a style. What I'm saying is that I'm looking at Slot, and I'm like, you haven't continued with what Klopp's doing because our pressing numbers are worse, right?
Yep.
Our running numbers are lower. Our possession numbers are barely the same, right? Our set pieces are worse, which Liverpool are outstanding at, by the way. And yes, we lost Trent, but Liverpool based a lot of their game around set pieces, offensively and defensively. Yeah, so I look at it and I'm like, so what is the style? What is it? You want to play the possession game, but we don't keep the ball. I remember, go back to our goal against Man City, right? Where we went, and I think it was Bobby Firmino that scored the goal, where we kept it for ages. Every player took the ball against them. Trent switched it to
about the one in the Champions League quarter?
Robbo had it. Robbo was in the league. Robbo had it back, and then Bobby Firmino got the goal. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. where we can't even do that. We're not even getting the ball right, and I'm not recognizing, oh yeah, look, Sobo's getting it and he's playing it first time into the back post. And I used to critique it because I was like, everyone used to critique it. We used to call it spamming, right? Because we wanted a bit more intricate play, because we wanted to build on what Klopp did. But we're regressing from what Klopp had done, which is now worrying for me. It's like, hold on, so where's the identity? That's how I look at it.
But if you're saying we did have a consistent style of play last season, and I think it was reasonably consistent until the point we won the league, and certainly there were games where we won 1-0 and it got a little bit hairy, but Slot always found a way, and he was praised by most people for not tweaking too much. When you are making big changes, there can be a scenario where you take one step back to take one step forward. As I said, I'm not hearing it. I'm just trying to rationalize in my mind where it's going wrong, and is there any light at the end of the tunnel? I'm not right now willing to say that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and that either with adaptation, player adaptation, future recruitment, that things can't get better. I think it. For every game we lose and every game we don't play well, that margin for error becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. But I don't think the reason why I'm not slot out is that I haven't lost hope that things will get better, not just in the short term or the medium term, but also in the long term. And I may be wrong. Who knows?
My only point of contention is just my personal opinion. I don't think that since we brought in new players, any of these problems are unique. I don't think I've seen a single issue that's happened this season that I didn't see on some level in the same exact way last year. I watched us be.
Are you talking about the whole season or a certain point of the season last season?
No, so from January on, even including the first half. Again.
Okay, if you're going for that.
I mean, to be honest with you, like I've kind of thought about going back to all these like ends call-in shows just to kind of so that people say that I'm not just chatting shit, and so that I can fucking prove that I was saying these things. But we could not deal with high numbers in our own half last year. If a team pressed high and they pressed aggressively, Brighton did it against us at home. Southampton made it hell. Arsenal away made it hell. We were forced to go long. Well, what has been the big problems this season? Teams take away the middle and they press us high, and all of a sudden we can't build up. And then, as you see, like Brentford or Chelsea or United, we start to go long. We just completely run out of ideas. We abandon building up on the floor, and then we lose the duels. But the duels are a separate issue, because the real issue is the fact that you're forced into that position to go long to then win a duel because you can't build up through a press. And I think that is ultimately the most fundamental issue. It's the fact that we cannot build up in sustained possession whatsoever. And even if we do, we end up just pigeonholing either one of our wingers into a totally isolated position where they have absolutely no help and they can't possibly create anything. I think that we had spells. We had spells of last season where we were good, but let's be honest, we didn't really play with a 10 last year, and we haven't really played with a 10 this season, even if there's a 10 occupying the 10 position, because he never actually seems to be in the middle of the park when we have possession in the opposition half. So again, I don't buy into the whole new players, new fit, new system, because I don't think that we really changed anything. And I don't think that they've added any unique problems. Maybe the only real one would be the fact that Kirkez cannot be a left-sided center back. And make no mistake about it, Kirkez looks terrible because he is asked to drop in to be the third center back in build-up. That's why he looks bad. He doesn't invert, doesn't do any of that. The only game where he actually played as a left back was Arsenal, and he actually looked like he could be defensively capable, albeit it was against Madueke, but I don't care. You can only play who's in front of you.
You know what I think, mate? I think the best that you could get out of Kirkez and the fullbacks is if you get a proper DM that sits in front of the defense. Then he doesn't have to be a certain.
If they just play as a fucking fullback and not as a center back, because again, if Szoboszlai is in the right back position, why is that? Well, that's because he wants his center back to be the build-up. So he takes a midfielder who's more tactical on the ball, and he puts him there, because in my eyes, the only real change that I have seen that I 100% put on Arne Slot is that this season, more evident than last season, he wants the back four to be the creators. He does not want to create through midfield. He wants to create with the back line. The back line has to unlock and bypass the midfield to then get to an overload on the opposition back line. If you look at the way we play, there's a reason why these guys stand on the ball. There's a reason, like, How many times do you have to see Konate standing there dead still with everyone else dead still in order to understand that that is instructional? Like, how many times do we have to see, even if it's not Konate, let's say it's Kirkes, or let's say it's Soboslai, or let's say it's Curtis Jones, or whoever's in that position. How many times do we have to see the same picture before we realize, hey, this is probably coached into them. Otherwise, I wouldn't see it on this consistent of a basis. And I think that doesn't have anything to do with players. That doesn't have anything to do with signings. That has to do with what they're being told to do. And we saw it last season. Like, we really struggled against presses, especially in the second half. And we got the job done through individual brilliance. And individual brilliance can carry anyone to a title. I'm not saying that is something that you should rely on.
But there's also
he had 46 GA.
Because in terms of a long outlet for passing, we had Virgil, but I think, and I don't think it's been underestimated. I think a lot of people have spoken about it. Yes, Virgil has an incredible range of passing, but the fact that we also had Trent, who had an incredible range of passing. You see, when against City, what do? They just sat Haaland on Virgil, and we struggled. Right? Yeah. If you have two outlets and okay, they don't want the ball to go to Virgil, well then Trent will have the ball, and he can either play it long, or he can play low drilled passes into our midfield, and we can build from there. When you only have that one outlet, then that one outlet is much easier to close down, and there is a fundamental problem with us building up, and I that's a conundrum which I don't know how we're going to solve unless. And I was not anti the Guehi signing. I don't know how good Guehi is. And one of the things that I've said, which some people mentioned before that were surprising me, I think if you're an elite centre-back, you need to be elite in the air. And I don't think Guehi is elite in the air. But if he gives us a way of...
elite in the air.
You don't need
I have serious questions about Saliba. I think Saliba and Gabriel as a pairing are unbelievable. But Saliba makes up for Gabriel's shortcomings, and Gabriel makes up for Saliba's shortcomings. Gabriel is so good in the air, that's why Saliba doesn't have to be. I don't think if Saliba without Gabriel, he's been shown to be. He's still relatively young, so I'm not going to write him off.
Well, he's going to be without him now, isn't it? So we're going to see.
Yeah,
for 2 months.
But going back to
till January.
If one of the things that bringing in maybe Guehi might make a difference on is that might help us and build up, because Konate just isn't that guy, I'm afraid. And I like Konate, but
but do you think that's a fault of Konate, or do you think that's a fault of the fact that we don't build up with two midfielders, and that you are asking a center back to unlock the midfield again, guys? Like, if we look at Konate, no one had any complaints about Konate after Real Madrid. At the end of that game, he was slicing his dice in his way like Joel Matip and dribbling the whole team. No one had an issue when he played that through ball into Alexander Isak that led to that one-on-one. Yeah. My problem is that you're asking any defender on the planet, not just Konate. Let's remove the name. You're asking your center back to be the catalyst of your offensive progression. He's not the catalyst. It's your double pivot.
But I don't think I'm asking to be. I'm saying that it won't be the panacea. It won't be the solution. But it will help improve things. It will bring some balance.
Maybe.
I don't think that alone is going to solve our problem.
Where's the other option, though, Rex? When that doesn't work, where's the other option? That's the thing. That's why we're asking this coach.
For me, I think it's the centre backs, but it's also the DM, and I think it goes back to what Slot, I guess, who he wanted to sign. The first signing, and we didn't get him, and it's Zubimendi, right? The first signing when he came into Liverpool, he said, I want Zubimendi, who we compared as like baby Rodri, right? He was the next best equivalent of that type of player that can progress, that can stay in that pocket, that can progress the ball. If you want to go and play the style he wants to play, and ironically, City played that style, right? Where they'd have Stones would come in, Stones and Rodri, you'd only have two at the back, and they would go and find the passes in. Do you know what that does? If you've got players that can just go and find the gaps and find the gates, it means that your better players are already in behind the midfield, which means that theoretically it should create chances. The problem is, though, is what I don't understand is our players do not show. Our players, when they are showing, the pass doesn't come to them. Next time you go and watch Liverpool, if Wirtz is playing, look how often Wirtz or McAllister or Soboslai are in those pockets and they're like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, and they don't get it. And it goes left, right, and they don't time that pass into the middle. That's the biggest problem. If you have players, because Konate can do it. I've seen Konate punch the ball into the midfield. I've seen
Yeah.
Virgil do it. They're good enough. They're if put it this way, if Konate can play that pass into Isak, he can punch it in 10 yards in between two midfielders.
To be honest,
into a
Jerry,
gap.
last season, some of the
World
goals.
Cup final. World Cup final.
Yeah. Guess what? Go have a look at Chelsea's goal. The goal that Chelsea scored against Liverpool. That's exactly what they did. Who started the goal? It was Badiashile. So if Badiashile can do it, I'm sorry, Virgil van Dijk and Konate can do it. For me,
They need someone to pass to.
No, the problem is the players that are going and getting to those positions, A, they're not getting the ball, right? And B, we are still going and reverting to type anytime there's a bit, and we spoke about this. And if at every opportunity you're looking to go and find Salah because we know how devastating Salah's been, or we're looking, or Gakpo's getting it and he's not keeping the ball, and our wingers are not keeping the ball after it pops into that gap and you can't stay patient, that ruins everything. And we're caught in this style, and Slot spoke about this last season where he went and said, Liverpool have a tendency of forcing the ball when it's not on. But we haven't got the patience, or we don't play at speed enough to just keep it and keep it and keep it and keep it. And guess what? When Liverpool do that, they look a better team. Yeah. They do look a better team.
So let me ask you on a question. Why is Szoboszlai been our best player this season, then?
Because he's working hard.
That's it.
Effort. He's working hard.
That's it. Work rate. Nothing to do with being good. It's only praising work.
Running tax. Bro,
that's what we're praising, work rate.
Look at the game that you love to go back to. You love to talk about Atletico Madrid at home. You love that game because you think that it's the best game that we have played this season.
My dream is to see that lineup just one more time.
Okay, but here's the issue with that game. Here's the issue with that game. Dominic Szoboszlai and Ryan Gravenberch with a double pivot. And Dominic Szoboszlai was slowing down the game every time he got the ball. Dominic Szoboszlai was not good that game from a technical perspective on the ball. There are multiple counters where he messed up with his lack of technical ability. Again, I think Szoboszlai, great player. He's been our best utility player this season. But he isn't just like this magical, Band-Aid on a bullet wound, I save you. Like that isn't him. Not to mention the fact that we're using him as a makeshift right back. And then he puts in good performances there, and everyone's like, oh, look how much we can utilize him. And this guy thinks Andre thinks I have an agenda against Szoboszlai because I say one negative thing about him, even though I've already admitted that he's been our best player this season. But at the end of the day, it isn't just like it's not just like a fix, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who I've seen there, because I've seen 45 different lineups, and the game that turned my head was a win. It was Southampton, completely different lineup, unique, that we'll never see again, trying to play first team football and brutally failing. And no matter how we've tried to rotate, no matter what we put on paper, Frankfurt being a prime example, we put a 4-4-2 on paper, but I saw the same exact issues in the first half. And thank God we had, 2 goals off of set pieces to sort of bury that game away. But it all somehow, like Jerry says, reverts to type. No matter what the tactics are, no matter what the lineup is, no matter what the formation is, we always seem to find ourselves in that same stupid build-up structure, that same terrible press that vacates the center of the park, that leaves us, wide open to counterattacks, and players walk every week in, week out. McAllister, #1 walker in the Premier League. Szoboszlai, he runs a little bit. Gravenberch, he loves to walk. Konate and Virgil van Dijk have walked enough steps to lead them to the opposite end of the continent, right? They could have walked through Europe and Asia by the time this season ends, with the amount of walking that they're going to end up doing. So
guys,
that's also on the manager.
Let's go positive now, man. Come on, let's go positive now. So how are we going to win the next games now, man? Please, guys.
Individual brilliance.
New manager.
How about you answer that question, buddy?
Yes.
How are we gonna win the next games? Negative Fuzzy.
I've got nothing to say in that one, but
I'm never putting you on a panel with Jerry
Please,
James.
No, it's going to be individual brilliance. Mark my words.
Fuzzy has
games
been broken by Jerry James beyond repair. He will never be the same man.
the guy actually even says to me, "You got one more game to go." He messages me with that as well. You got one more game to go.
Yeah, Jerry does that. Jerry does that, by the way. Jerry does that 100%. I know. That's.
No, I like that. Pressure on it.
Pressure, man. You got to make sure. I'm holding people to their word. Sam said 3 games.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, I heard
after-
3 games as well. I heard 3 games.
If we drop points to Forest, it's going to be TikTok.
Yeah. Done.
100%. And Rak, you're getting one as well. You're just gonna get the emoji. That's it.
Now watch
The
this,
the
yeah.
clock.
Well, watch this. This is before the Aston Villa game, yeah? He sends me the lineup, and then he says next to it, lol. And then his next message is, it's the same old. And then the next message is, minus 3 hours, 5 minutes until Judgment Day. This is the time that Jerry sends me. You get it? Like,
Yes,
by the way,
I love
promise
that.
you,
I love that.
before the Forest game, I'm gonna get a message from Jerry going like, "This is it. Your manager is now under the pressure. He better deliver now, or you're fucked." That's the type of message.
And do you know what will be? And when Slot gets sacked, it will be a message to everyone on this panel. I'm going to ensure it's going to be world peace with a full stop. Period. World peace achieved.
Oh god. So anyway, Rax. So guys, let's summarize the stream. So Rax thinks we have a 60% chance of beating Nottingham Forest at home.
60. Oh.
Fozzy was not even Hodgson out, and he is now Slot out.
Yeah.
Jerry and Mike has pressed us all stream. Dean is actually being the peacemaker because he asked Fozzy, why does he hate Liverpool? Because he was never Hodgson out. And that shocks me as well. Because I think...
Listen, I was getting free tickets. I was all right, man. I was living the high life. I don't get tickets.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, so he's just
There
greedy.
he goes.
So he's just greedy. Okay.
It makes sense. He's just greedy. I can't believe that.
Once
That's
I get
mad.
to see Jovanovic,
I
why
can't.
not? F it.
I can't blame him.
I think we can all agree today we have established Fozzy's the biggest fraud on the stream. So now we are going to put him on the spot. Fozzy, what? Don't ask us to be positive. Let's bring positive Fozzy back. Subscribe to Fozzy TV in the description. So, positive Fozzy.
I'm
How
different.
are
How
we going to beat Nottingham Forest this Saturday? Talk to me.
we're gonna beat them. Oh yeah. We're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them by probably 2-0. 100%. Yeah.
Clean sheet.
We're gonna score in the first half.
You don't believe it. Look at him. I don't know what he's looking at. I don't know what he's looking at.
I think he's just saying words. I think Fozzy's just saying words.
Let's put Fozzy full screen. Fozzy, convince me how Liverpool... No, you're going to be full screen. Look at the camera and convince us all how Liverpool will beat Forest this Saturday.
Listen, if Arne Slot, grows a backbone and, starts, changing players, obviously from the team that we've played with previously, that's negative every single time and losing every game, then I've got a hope that we could win the game. But if he starts with the same players again, I've got no hope, man. I'll probably that's going to finish a draw, I think. That's why
I have a positive.
Wow, Fozzy, I'm so convinced.
I have a positive for you.
It depends.
After listening to Fozzy, I think we lose now.
That's what he needs. He needs a backbone. He needs to grow a backbone. He needs players, man. Have some
Guys,
different.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to message you all. Actually, first let me. Dean, do you think we're going to beat Forest? And how will we
By
beat Forest?
default, I'll tell you how we're going to beat them, yeah? I can't tell you how we're going to beat them. I reckon we're going to score a Virgil van Dijk header from a corner somehow. And this is, like I said, it's going to be a default win. Nothing manager, no tactics, nothing. We just beat them because we're the better team. That's the only rational reason I can give you. I can't give you no breakdown. I can't give you nothing. It's just going to be a horrible game and we win 3-1. The game's going to be nasty.
Dean, are you expecting the personal changes, like different players? Or is it going to be the same?
Exactly the same thing. You're going to see Salah on the right. You're going to see, you might even bring Kirkes in for this game.
Oh, man.
This is what, I don't know what the manager's going to do. I just don't. He loves to keep you on your toes. And this game here, I think, like I said, he wins it, not by accident, by default. That's it. I've got no breakdown for this game, to be honest. But yeah, we win it. We win it. Definitely.
Let me get you guys' predictions before we end this horror show. So,
Don't act like we're the ones who are perpetrating the horror show.
60% Liverpool win. Your prediction?
We need a clean sheet. So I'm saying we're going to win 2-0.
2-0. Dean, your prediction?
3-1. There's no clean sheets here, bro. No way.
Don't say that, Dean. Don't say that, man.
There's no way.
No,
Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. There's no way. If we win, unless it's a 0-0, if we win, we conceded without a doubt. We know that already.
Clean sheets. We're dirty right now. The washing
Listen, we can
machine's
see
out
the
of
first
service.
goal,
No
it's
clean
done,
sheet, man. Pillowcase
Gary
dirty.
James, what's
Everything's
your
dirty.
prediction?
1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. Draw.
Fantastic. Fozzy?
Listen, if we don't, I'm just hoping we don't
No,
concede
if
the first
give
goal.
me a prediction. No, if
Keeps
no
to our
more.
hope. What-
If we don't concede the first goal and we score first, we win the game. You know what I mean? Because whenever we concede the first goals, we lose the game. Everybody knows that. So I'll say 2-0. I'll go with 2-0 with the guys as well to Liverpool.
You don't have to do it, you know. Like,
Listen.
I'm hoping. I'm living on hope. Leave me alone, Jerry. Man, you already done damage me, man. Come on, bro. Leave me alone.
Husam
Jerry,
asked-
he's dead already. He's slot out. خلاص, allow it, bro. He's slot out
Husam
already.
asked us.
There's
if
no
we
more
have
work to
anything
be done.
positive.
He's been converted. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. You asked if there's anything positive, and there is a major positive. The positive is that this game is kicking off at 3 p.m. UK, and football games only last 2 hours. So you have the whole rest of the night from 5 p.m. on to get pissed drunk, right? So this isn't going to take up your whole night. It only takes up a part of your afternoon. Football games are only 90 minutes, and then you get to go, do whatever you do on a wonderful Saturday night. But when it comes to the game this weekend, I think that we are about to see anti-football. We're about to see the Antichrist of football himself, the bald Dutchman Arne Slot, lead Liverpool to a 2-1 victory, and you will see a biblical crash out between the slot in versus slot out. What already seems like, a distance of the Red Sea will turn into a distance of the Pacific Ocean. It's not going to be pretty. But my prediction is 2-1. I don't believe in clean sheets anymore. This team has completely eliminated that idea from my brain. I don't care if Allison is back, by the way, Ram. I don't believe in it. And yeah, 2-1, nothing changes. I'll sit here post stream and I'll say it's Saturday, we won and we still suck.
Guys, I'm going to call this the miserable five right here. We're going to bring them back every Thursday for your misery. You get me, chat? We're going to enjoy doing this.
Change my mind. I could change my mind. You know what I mean? We win.
No, Fuzzy, stay on that side. It's done. It's done. You have you just said you were full screen and you said get him out. By the way, result of the poll quickly. Let me because before I'm not gonna leave you guys. So slot out 56%, slot in 44%. That's the result of the poll. You get me? So that's your result right there. So guys, we are gonna slap Nottingham Forest. We're gonna stomp the shit out of them. We're gonna win this game by 3 or 4 goals. I'm very confident. I don't think Forest are a match for us at all. I think we are gonna fix up. I think the players have way too much pride to just basically sit there and allow themselves to be beat up by Nottingham Forest. I feel extremely confident. I don't think the City game is a reflection of what we truly are. I'm watching more like the Villa game, the Real Madrid game. I think Wirtz is going to get his first GA in the Premier League as well this Saturday. And I think Isak will also score a goal. I believe we will win this game. I don't think Forest are a match for us. And Slot's tactical adjustments will help us win the game. I'm very positive. I'm very optimistic. And we will win this game. And I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. I think we played this game 100 times. 99 times Liverpool will win. So let's hope the 1% does not strike. You get me? So
this
guys.
Is where we clip. This is where we clip.
This is all I see.
The
Husam's analysis.
and then the reaction of the watch along. This is for anyone. Vel, if you're doing the shorts, this is the point to clip. Thank you.
Guys, it's just
speaking
this.
of,
It's
we have a completely different Liverpool panel show tomorrow. Ram, who's in the chat, is on. K-Mac is on. Always check the stats that he gives you. Jamie Phillips is on. Oh yeah, you've got to double
disclaimer.
Yep.
You've gone to 2 separate Liverpool streams now. So now you have you've decided
one crisis meeting ain't
hold
enough.
on.
You think one crisis meeting is enough?
Wait. Let me get this straight. So you've decided to separate the negativity from the positivity. You've decided to create 2 different threads, one which is slot inners and one which is slot out.
No, I actually haven't separated.
Somehow Rax found himself.
How have I separated? Jamie's slot out and K-Mac is slot out.
Hey, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions.
They're slot out. Have some
Who are the others? Who are the other people?
No, on the fence, pick a side is what Ed is saying. Yeah, exactly. Pick a side. Stay on. No, Fozzy's picked already. He's done.
I'm done, man.
He's done. He said slot out on the big screen. by himself. There is
Mark
no
and
more.
Gary done me in, so what can I do, man? Yeah,
Hey, Fonz, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
No,
I'm proud of you.
we didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
really,
You're
I
just
blame- I
listening.
have to
You're
blame
just
someone. I
listening
have
to
to
the
blame
truth.
someone, man.
He blamed Jerry James. Khalas. Jerry James
You're
is
just
responsible.
you're just
for what
listening
he
to the
said.
truth. That's all. That's all.
If
hurt,
I'm the one, if I need to be the one that takes the blame for this, I'll happily do that, bro.
Jerry,
Hey,
you don't need
okay,
to
well
send me a
done,
message
man.
anymore,
Well
yeah?
done.
No more one day or anything like that. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm with you, man.
We will know.
Said
We will
Jerry, don't
know.
message me. I'm done already. Fair.
2 p.m.
Fair.
2 p.m. on November at 2 p.m. on November 22nd, when Liverpool tweet out their lineup, you will know everything that you need to know.
We know the lineup already. We know the lineup
Well,
already.
you know it already, man. Come on, man.
So
100%
course I
hold on,
do.
Fozzie,
Of course
I do.
So what?
It's like reading a book.
No. We need to
I've always
reverse.
predicted
Fozzie
it.
said we know the lineup, but in your prediction you tried to say, yeah, we're gonna win this and we're gonna change the players. When you said you know the lineup,
What can I say, mate? I'm just hoping, man. I'm living in hope. Leave me alone, man. I'm living in
Living
hope.
in
It's
hope's
okay.
crazy,
Hope-
bro.
hope- man.
Hope
Living
is
in
okay.
prayer.
Hope is okay.
Yeah.
Living in
Obama
faith.
became
Nobody taking his
Obama
mind.
became the president on that word. Just hope.
There
That's all
comes
it
the
was.
day.
The whole campaign was just hope.
There comes the day where Don Husam is the most positive Liverpool fan.
Can't
on
believe
the
it.
street.
Can't believe it, bro.
Yeah, but okay, I
What
think you're
the
doing it
fuck
as
is
a gimmick.
yeah,
No,
but this
Husam,
is
you're
like
doing it as a
Stockholm
gimmick.
He's turned to the dark side.
You don't believe any of the words that you say. I know for a
There's no
fact
way
that you just
Husam
don't want to
believes
get.
it.
No. What do you mean I don't believe it? I do
There is
believe
no
it.
way.
I think we're going to win 4-0. I think we're going to win 3 or 4-0.
You don't
Clean
believe
sheet.
it.
Jerry,
I
Jerry,
do.
Hold on.
I
Jerry,
do.
Jerry, Jerry,
I
Jerry,
do.
hold on,
Forest
hold
are
No
fucking
return
shit.
goal.
Hold on.
Forest.
Wait. I think Husam just he wants to. At this point, there's been a lot of things that Husam has gotten wrong, and a lot of things that Husam has gotten right, and now he's finding himself in a position where he doesn't want to be wrong. So he's going to stick to the original position and not change until the whole world has changed. It's very political. I respect it.
Mike, can we stop this agenda? I'm a very opinionated guy. You know how many crazy shit I've said on YouTube. I shaved my head in front of 2,500
And I
people.
don't
I
think you
put
want to
my
have to do
neck
that
out
again.
on the
I don't
line
think
that
you wanna
Jude
have to do
Bellingham will
that
be out
again.
there. Stop it. I am not doing this for any narrative or any agenda. I believe in Arne Slot. I think he'll turn it around. I'm allowed to have that belief, you negative Nancy. Have some shame.
But the thing is,
And the second thing is, I believe that Nottingham Forest are genuine horseshit, which is why I think we will win this game by a big margin. I think it'll be a 3 or 4 game by a 4-goal margin. And I'm not holding back, and I legitimately believe it. And I back my manager to turn shit around. I'm not delusional, and I don't say give him till the end of the season. That's it. There is a cutoff point. If shit goes wrong, I will turn. But at this moment in time, I don't feel it.
Do you know what's hilarious about this whole thing, people? Is that in a couple seasons' time, right, when we're all having a discussion, we're all laughing, we're enjoying the football that we're watching, Husam will go back and go back to this moment and be like, I always knew Slot weren't the right one. But I went with the flow. I tried to be optimistic. Because you were the first one to say Slot out, which tells me that something in your gut told you, oh my God. Yeah,
that wasn't a
and
gut feeling. It was emotional, man. People,
exactly. That's your gut.
The context of
the context
Xabi
Alonso.
The context of that statement was Klopp leaving, and then after that, because remember I was Klopping the whole time. I never said the word Klopp. Klopp leaving, and then after that, Alonso rejected us, and then after that, after Tom did PR for Amarim for a month, doing videos on YouTube and shit. After that, Amarim was like off. And suddenly they hired Arne Slot. I'm like, who the fuck is Arne Slot? I didn't do any research or nothing. I just went
Someone
like,
clicked that up. Someone
Yeah.
click that up for me, people. Who the flip is that Arne Slot? We need to go and make sure that we need to play that.
I
video
remember
with
all
you.
these
I'm done with this stream. I'm done. Anyway, guys, love
we
you
pushed
all.
Him over the line. We pushed him over the
Subscribe
line.
to FamZone TV. That's where you can find Dean. Subscribe to Fozzie TV. That's where you can find Fozzie. Rak doesn't have a YouTube. Subscribe to the biggest fraud in the multiverse, Mike Das LFC, and the second biggest fraud in the multiverse, Jerry James Show. Give them both a subscribe as well. You get me?
No,
We're
no,
wrapping up
this
the
is
stream right
true.
right
This
now.
is not fraudulence. This is true.
I am done. It is 3:40 a.m. I'm done with this. I'm done. I should have just done chemical engineering and finished my job. Way easier than this shit right here. Just getting abused on this platform by rivals and by Liverpool fans too. Great. I'm gonna be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. UK time, inshallah. You get me? It's going to be a great Liverpool panel show. Hopefully, we can get a bit more positivity in that one because I feel miserable about my club. The moment Rak said 60%, I knew it was finished for me.
That's
I knew I was by
60 to
myself.
70.
60%.
6-7.
Liverpool
6-7.
Forest at home is when I
6-7.
knew Liverpool have gone to the shits, chat. Anyway, currently Staffy TV is live. We're gonna redirect you over to Staffy TV. They're doing American Waffle. Love you all. Yeah, peace out. Slot in.